Greetings and welcome. Today I will reveal something about myself that you probably didn't know, and that is that I am capable of multiversal time travel magic thingamajiggies. And using this power, I will travel back in time to retrieve a very specific artifact for today's video that we really need. So check this out. Oh, where am I? Oh, the old semiwork office. Time has not been kind to this place. Oh, look, one of the old employees. He died of malnutrition because they didn't have any air conditioning. I'm looking for a specific peculiar creature that should be around at this time. And there's the bike that Walter bought. He had a midlife crisis. What can I say? It happens to the best of us when we're 25. Here we have some piss bottles. This is one of the old instruments that we used to create the soundtrack for Voidigo. So Robin was once in time sitting. Ah, look! Axel's old pole dancing awards. Oh, there he is. The semiwork idea box.
How rude. My name is actually Box Boy. Idea Man Box Boy, to be exact.
This is where all our ideas come from, and this is the very box that gave birth to our game Repo.
Yes, I'm actually pregnant as we speak.
Yes, and that's the very reason why I brought you back from the past, because I know that you know how Repo was created.
That is true. Let me present to you the making of Repo.
Let us first go back to the beginning of it all, with the release of our first game, Voidigo. The guys had spent 6 years making Voidigo, and naturally after the release, they were knackered.
We all just wanted to take a really long summer vacation, but after I think 3 weeks, I got a little bit itchy in my fingers, and I wanted to get started in Unity.
And this was a very big leap for the studio because none of the guys had worked in Unity before whatsoever. But it was an important step and a big risk to take, as Voidigo hadn't been successful enough to guarantee a next step for the studio as a whole.
Okay, we can't take this next step. We did it anyway. Let's just fail quickly this time. And we took all the money from Voidigo and we put it all into this game Repo.
But before the game Repo was in my belly, Axel was still playing around in Unity, tinkering and learning stuff.
I wanted to make like a found footage improv game. So I made this book. I kind of went through all the FPS controller stuff. When Robin and Walter came back from vacation, I showed them what I had. And Walter said, "Do you remember this idea we had about cleaning a horror house and then every cleaning being a little mini game? Wouldn't this be the perfect skeleton for a game like that?"
So they took this skeleton and initiated what was called Project Clean, which was the earliest version of what ultimately would become Repo.
It started out as we wanted to do a cleaning game with a horror theme.
And then we have this one evil thing per level.
In Repo, we have an enemy called Headman, which was the only enemy in the cleaning game.
And then after a while, we were like, this is a fun jump scare simulator.
This is really cool, but what if it was multiplayer?
Så är arg. I think Walter did a test, one of the first tests of the flappy heads, and it was just a box with another box flapping. We thought okay, we have something going on. We didn't know what, because we also tried the physics with just boxes, placing boxes, making a tower.
Yeah, you can have this. When I started working at semiwork, it was immediately after it had been decided that it should be a multiplayer game. So everything was being rewritten and redone.
We just played around with that and we realized that this is pretty funny.
Basically being in kindergarten again, but digitally, which was super fun.
So during this phase, the concept of cleaning was naturally removed because, let's face it, co-op cleaning in real life, it's not that fun.
Yeah, think about cleaning in real life. You never go like, hey, friend, let's help each other clean here. Let's grab the broom together and clean co-op and have a fun time. It's always like you take bathroom 1, I take bathroom 2.
So there wasn't really anything in the gameplay loop that kept the players together.
And that's when we realized, okay, maybe we're not doing like a cleaning game. Let's try something else.
And so the game's premise changed from being a cleaning game to a moving game. What if you're a worker working for a moving company? Would that be better?
And then basically we realized that, oh, it's not fun moving. And then we were like, oh, well, maybe it's like tax collection. And we have this weird tax AI and it has like these big vacuum chutes that go down so that you don't have to go back to the truck with the stuff all the time.
And suddenly the guys had locked in on a theme that naturally evolved from a single-player cleaning game to a multiplayer tax collection game. Oh wee, I feel it brewing inside of me.
Yes, and it was also around this point that they decided that one monster per level wouldn't cut it, so they started to conceptualize and create all sorts of strange creatures that would inhabit this game.
It like organically grew into what Repo is today. Like the robot avatars, they really nail it, like the whole thing. So it's special. I think we did something special and unique.
So suddenly, Repo started to become a reality and the team worked hard to realize this idea, while also at the same time learning stuff, because as mentioned before, none of them had worked in Unity before, yet alone made a game in 3D.
I tried learning Unity before on my own, but by following tutorials and all that kind of stuff, but it was really abstract and I didn't really have anyone to ask about how stuff works. But having like Walter and Axel and having them as very talented programmers and developers. Even though they hadn't worked in Unity before, they still had a lot of experience from GameMaker and doing Voidigo. It was very comforting to always be able to ask them, like, how do they do this? And like, could you explain this concept?
And this is something that is still relevant today, in present time. As we are working on the first update for Repo, it will naturally take a bit longer the first time because we are still learning things as we go and we want to make sure that we learn stuff the right way, which means that future updates after the first update will probably be released a bit faster because we have more knowledge on things and how to do it. So even though switching to Unity and learning stuff from scratch has been time-consuming, it was a switch that was well worth it. And ever since we showed some gameplay clips of Project Clean, the original version of Repo, a lot of you guys have commented and said, "Ooh, that looks scary, I want to play that." And the truth is, you already sort of can.
You can kind of still do that in single player.
I think single player is actually scary most of the time.
And I'm a tough guy, but I get scared. All people tell me this. I'm a really tough guy, but I do get scared.
Like you're much more aware of what's happening.
And if you don't like single-player horror games and being all alone, aren't we lucky that Repo is playable with up to 6 players so you can share the horror with your friends?
And so, with time, it evolved into something new. Like any project, it's amazing how they grow inside of me.
And yeah, I guess that's it.
Oh God, I think it's time for me.
Right now?
Yes, here it comes. Yeah, and that's the story of how Repo was born.
Yeah, see you guys next week. Oh, God, what is that? Ugh. You have some gunk.
You love it, Potters. You love it for me, don't you? Yes.